Today on Discover Wisconsin, a place where art is a tradition. That is gorgeous. Take a stroll with us through the streets of Cedarburg.
It's really an enclave of very creative people.
Experience some old world charm right here in southeast Wisconsin.
Beauty awaits around each bend. The enchantment never ends. For every season there's another reason for you to come discover Wisconsin.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie Klett. This is Cedar Creek, the heart and soul of Cedarburg. It's why early settlers came here to set up mills and businesses. And today, it's the gorgeous backdrop for artist studios, specialty shops, and historic buildings that invite you to take a journey back in time.
Cedarburg, a city with German and Irish roots, is located just 20 miles north of Milwaukee and 4 miles from Lake Michigan. It was the water power of Cedar Creek that lured immigrants to this area in the mid-1800s, building a city around a woolen mill, grain mill, and other businesses that used the creek's water. The railroad brought more people to the growing community, including artists who found the area irresistible as an outdoor studio.
They would stop in Cedarburg and see just the natural beauty, our dams, our creek, our old stone buildings. So they were plein air artists where they would put their easels up and paint right outdoors.
Thanks to some preservation-minded city leaders, many of the European-style structures have been saved, with more than 100 buildings considered significant enough to be on the National Register of Historic Places.
Mary, what are these old buildings all about?
This was an old woolen mill. It was built in 1864 using tamarack timbers and limestone pulled from Cedar Creek. We're right on the bank of Cedar Creek, and that's what inspired the owners of this building to make it a woolen mill.
Well, what is it today?
Well, today it is called the Shops of Cedar Creek Settlement, and we have 25 shops in the building. We've got 3 restaurants, we have a winery, we've got some artist studios, so it's really an enclave of very creative people. It's wonderful retail, individual merchants, terrific merchandise.
There's not enough time to show you every establishment here, but we can give you a taste of what you'll find.
To Cedarburg.
To Cedarburg.
The winery is Cedar Creek Winery. They maybe have 18 or 20 different kinds of wine, and they've won gold medals all over the country, including quite a few double golds, New York, California, Florida, all over the nation.
I love their merchandise too.
These are hand painted, and they use local artists to do that sort of thing. So they have someone who paints their glasses for them. These bags are handmade and made for the winery. There are t-shirts, there are special cheeses, all kinds of wine things that you can pick up in here. Steph, you're going to love this shop. Some of the clothing in here is absolutely fantastic.
I love this. Live, love, laugh, shop.
There you go.
Now
Perfect for you.
this is a personal philosophy right here. Oh my goodness, Mary. Look at this.
You found something
Paris,
new.
Rome, New York, London, and in the center of it all, Cedarburg.
I agree. That's where it should be.
There's also a pottery store that features works by artists from all over the country, including the store's owner.
And store after store,
Right.
it's as different as night and day.
There's a different feeling everywhere. That's what I love about this building.
But there is one store my crew nearly had to drag me out of. A store full of sparkling vintage jewelry and clothing.
This shop actually sends stuff to California all the time because movie sets are looking for period perfect clothing, and this shop has them. They actually worked on the Dillinger movie.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, the stuff in here is so pristine.
And if all this shopping makes you a little hungry, there are plenty of restaurants and even a brewery with gorgeous views of Cedar Creek, or outdoor cafes along Washington Avenue. Learn more about the Cedar Creek Settlement and other great shops and restaurants by going to our website, discoverwisconsin.com. Coming up next, a stroll through the streets of historic Cedarburg. Stay with us. Welcome back to Cedarburg, where art is a tradition. Artistry can be found everywhere in Cedarburg, in its architecture, shops, and events. No matter how you come to town, the best way to experience it is by taking a walk.
Patty, Cedarburg is such an easily walkable city.
It is.
What are some of the things we're going to see as we head through the downtown?
Well, you know, Cedarburg is very reminiscent of an old European community where the artisans are on the street. You'll see the cafe tables out from restaurants, the bakeries, and this is also reflected in the retail shops. It's a wonderful experience.
If you visit Cedarburg during the annual Summer Plein Air Competition, you'll see artists everywhere taking part in what they call a paint out.
And what that means is people come for 10 days or so and they paint anywhere in the town, but it has to be plein air, which means from life or outside, and painting from life.
After 10 days, the paintings are judged.
I won some awards last year and had a great time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So we're with an award winner.
Well, I guess so.
All right, so should I mess this up for you?
Yeah, right.
There's also a silent auction where competition paintings can be purchased by art lovers.
Well, I didn't win last year, so but I did sell my paintings.
And there's a youth division for the budding artist. But even if you're not a plein air painter, there are ways for you to enjoy the city's scenery.
Patty, I recognize the inner urban trail, but I don't know much about it.
Well, it's 32 miles of paved trail. Currently, it is used extensively by bikers, walkers. It's a fabulous trip.
The Inner Urban Trail originally was a railroad line that connected Milwaukee and Sheboygan through Cedarburg and the rest of Ozaukee County. If you didn't bring your bike with you, rent one. This outfitter shop used to be a one-story tavern back in the day. The owners at the time wanted to build a second floor, but the city said no.
Well, they went back to the bar, they reconvened, and they thought about it. And being clever Cedarburgians, they decided what they would do is they'd raise the first floor and build a first floor underneath it. So they had their second floor.
That's great.
It is a great story.
Preserving stories like that one is part of Cedarburg's character. As you walk down Washington Avenue, you'll pass the Cultural Center. The center prides itself on being a place where art, music, and history thrive. All kinds of art.
Well, next door we are actually hosting our Scrapathon. This is a huge event we host twice a year, and we currently have 144 women next door scrapbooking.
If you prefer working in smaller groups or alone, this Cedarburg scrapbook store has everything you need to artistically preserve those family memories. Another way of making memories is quilting. Just a short distance from downtown, you'll find the Wisconsin Museum of Quilts and Fiber Arts. Not only will you see a display of quilts, past and present, but there are classes on how to make all different styles. You have endless opportunities to experience the artistic tradition in Cedarburg. Whether it's creating your own work of art or inspiring the imagination of the young and the young at heart through toys.
Do you like Discover Wisconsin? Yippee!
You'll see it in the European-style bakery, where the pastries and breads not only taste good, but are also works of art. Or where a popular local chocolatier carefully hand-dips its signature candy apples in Belgian chocolate and covers them with a variety of treats. You can find out more about the artistry of Cedarburg by going to our website, discoverwisconsin.com. We'll take a break from our walking tour, but we're not done yet. Don't go away. Welcome back to Discover Wisconsin and our walking tour of Cedarburg.
This is the Washington House Inn stuff. During its wonderful, grand life, it has housed many different things.
Well, it's really got an elegance to it.
It really does, inside and out. It's a beautiful building. This building, back in the 1800s, used to be thought of as Cedarburg's point of pride.
Well, it's definitely still a point of pride.
It certainly is.
The German and Irish immigrants built Cedarburg structures to last. Limestone from nearby quarries provided that durability. That might be why rocks rule in Cedarburg. At the gem shop, there are literally tons of different types of rocks, from polished pieces of art in the store to uncut rocks in the basement and backyard waiting to be delivered.
Look at that.
During special events, you can even mine for your own rock treasure.
What is this?
It's a Brazilian agate,
A Brazilian agate. Okay, what's this one?
Montana moss agate.
How do you know all these rocks?
I work here.
Once you find the one you like, they'll cut it for you.
This is my Truncus geode, and they cut it open for me, and the squiggly lines are all crystallized, so it's kind of rare. It's my gold.
We all know rocks can be turned into gems. And in Cedarburg, jewelry making is an art.
Is sterling silver a hard metal to work with?
It takes a lot of heat, and it also transfers heat more than gold.
You do a lot of original work too, don't you?
I do. I do a lot of custom design jewelry.
And do you make it right here?
Yes, we do.
As you walk through Cedarburg, you realize people here are serious about preserving the past as a way of building for the future, especially when it comes to the historic buildings.
This is my favorite building stuff. This is the Rivoli Theater. It started out as a dry goods store, and in 1937, Mr. Morgan changed it into a theater. And what you see today is sort of how it looked back then.
But in the 1970s, city leaders thought Cedarburg, including the Rivoli, needed a more colonial look and took the old facade down.
This last year, the Historical Landmarks Preservation Society purchased the building and began raising money to restore it to its fabulous splendor.
This is so cool looking.
This is, and you should see it at night when all the lights are flashing and the neon is on.
Artistic design can be seen everywhere in Cedarburg, but here you also get a chance to meet the people behind the creativity during the Fall Arts Weekend Studio Tour.
I play with the colors, though. If it gets too warm, I throw in a cool spot.
Artists such as Paul Yank at the Ozaki Art Center, a fine arts complex featuring exhibitions and workshops in all media. Or find out what it's like for these three very different artists who share the same studio space.
People can meet the artist and ask questions and have a real conversation with them.
Jean is multi-layered, very transparent, wonderful watercolors, and I work in acrylic, and I work on a great big easel, and I'm throwing paint around with a big brush.
I'm a children's author, and Jean is my first expert reader. It takes me 500 revisions to write a book. So when I feel pretty good about it and I want to test it out, I read to Jean while she's painting.
Live performances are also an expression of art, and you'll find plenty of that here. Cedarburg's Performing Arts Center offers live entertainment throughout the year, featuring world-renowned performers with its Visiting Artist series. And every Friday evening, June through August, kick up your heels or swing to summer sounds in the park. You see, art can be fun. Find out more about performing arts in Cedarburg by going to our website, discoverwisconsin.com. But coming up,
Now, Patty, what's the Stagecoach Inn all about?
the answer to that question and more after the break. Welcome back to Discover Wisconsin and our walking tour of Cedarburg. If architecture is art, then Cedarburg is a giant field of artistic sculptures. Compare old photos to what you see today, and you will find not much has changed. Oh, the stories these old buildings could tell.
Now, Patty, what's the Stagecoach Inn all about?
The Stagecoach Inn is one of our other terrific bed and breakfasts. The building is a wonderful example of Greek Revival architecture.
Originally, it was a tavern and inn, but the owner had a problem when Prohibition came along.
So when there was lemons, he made lemonade. He actually opened up an ice cream shop and had a fabulous business as an ice cream shop. After Prohibition ended, it went back to being a tavern and a hotel.
No more ice cream.
No more ice cream.
And now it's a B&B.
And now it's a B&B, and it's a great, quaint little B&B.
As we walk our way to the south end of the historic district, we find the General Store Museum. Now home to the Chamber of Commerce and Cedarburg Visitors Center, the store also houses the largest collection of antique packaging art in the Midwest. Items you would have seen on the store shelves between 1900 and 1950. Remember Howdy Doody sugar cones? Or how about Wheat Krispies and Wheat Puffs? In fact, back in the 1930s, this building used to be an A&P grocery store. If you stop in on Mondays, you're likely to be greeted by Ed Rappold. A Cedarburg native since 1919 and a photographer by trade, Ed also collected more than 2,200 photos that visually tell the story of Cedarburg. Those old photos have proven invaluable in preserving the city's history. Remember the Washington House Inn we showed you? At one time, it used to have a big storefront window.
So they use a lot of the photographs that I had, and today it looks exactly like it did back then in the early 1900s. The recent one was the redoing of the Rivoli Theater.
A keen understanding of the past is what keeps Cedarburg the vibrant and growing community you see today.
Well, Steph, the church marks the end of the downtown Cedarburg Historic District.
Well, I can't believe how much we saw in such a short period of time.
It's a great walking community, isn't it? It's a great place to live. It's a great place to visit.
This is a special place any time of year, but each season brings a unique feel to the streets of Cedarburg. Nature provides its own artistic flair during the fall, but the downtown area is also decorated with the sights and smells of harvest time and, of course, the visions of ghosts and goblins at Halloween. Cedarburg and the holidays just seem to be made for each other. No matter the weather, you'll feel a special warmth as you walk past the brightly decorated storefronts or browse inside the shops decked out for the holidays. Fond memories of Christmas past will greet you on festive Friday eves. Or when you experience another Cedarburg holiday tradition, Christmas in the country, winter in the garden, and the Cedarburg Artists Guild holiday shows. All take place in early December. With its old world charm, thriving art scene, and variety of restaurants, shops, and galleries, Cedarburg is a place you'll come back to season after season.
We can't believe we get to live here. And part of it is the beauty, and part of it is just the solid kindness of people who live here.
Cedarburg started out as a city of mills. Today it's evolved into a suburban tapestry, woven by art and history and highlighted with the vibrant color of a community ready to welcome you. I'm Stephanie Klatt. Join us again next week as we continue to discover Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is home to numerous events, places, and opportunities that make our state a true original. Take a little time to discover all the original possibilities that we have to offer right here in Wisconsin.
Visit Discover Wisconsin next week for another amazing drive-to destination. For more information about this and other great episodes, log on to discoverwisconsin.com. Be sure to enter our monthly drive-to destination contest for a chance to win an amazing Wisconsin getaway. And find out when and where you can listen to Discover Wisconsin Radio and order your free Discover Wisconsin calendar.